Hello everyone, my name is Josh Way. I am a car photographer in Minneapolis, and this is my 2018 Toyota Tacoma review. I'll introduce this by saying this is, like I said, my 2018. I bought it about 9 months ago. I've got almost 9,000 miles on the odometer right now. I bought it as my work vehicle, so it could be a good all-rounder and travel with my photography gear, have people in there if I need to. I even use it as a tracking vehicle for car photography or videography or whatever I need to use it for, and it works pretty well. That said, I did want to do a review on it because there are some things that I think could be improved upon. Let's start with the design of everything first. What drew me to the Tacoma was its muscular feel, and it really does have a great look. These sculpted arches in the front and rear are fantastic. They look awesome. Toyota has always been probably the leader in mid-size and small truck design, in my opinion. They've always just had that great muscular feel without feeling like it's a big truck. This is the TRD off-road, which gets you a few things versus the similar but different sport model. First off is the shock absorbers are different. They're a Bilstein damper that are just built for a little bit more rugged and off-road use, as well as an inch smaller rim and subsequent different tires as well. This is Kevlar reinforced, a little bit better off-roader tire, all-rounder, rather than like a strictly on-road tire, kind of more directed for performance or gas mileage on the sport. The other difference is the arches are unpainted on the off-roader, which I think really looks good versus the painted, and those are the major differences on the off-road. Aesthetically, I changed only one thing so far. The only modification I've done to this truck is the grille. I did switch it out for the TRD Pro Black Toyota front grille, which I think is the only way to go on this truck. All the rest kind of look weak and kind of inset and concave shape. This is very much bulging and muscular, and I like it a lot. So next I want to talk about performance. The performance of this truck off-road is excellent, okay? You can go find a million other YouTube videos of this thing tearing it up on some big boulders or out in the sand dunes or what have you, and it does great. But my real niggle with it, the driving performance, is really the motor has got, well, let's put this lightly, it's got no power, okay? It is kind of a heavy truck, and it's kind of a weak V6. This is actually the slowest Tacoma generation. If you stack this up against the last two generations of Tacoma, those are actually faster in a straight line, 0 to 60 type stuff, than this one, despite this having a bigger, more powerful motor. It's because it's fat, okay? It's a fat truck and it weighs a lot, and that V6 is just weak. I like to push this truck hard, and therefore the gas mileage really suffers for it. I think that this truck really could have benefited from a small V8 motor with better torque and better horsepower. I feel like it would have actually gotten better gas mileage if you had given it that more power. We're going to talk about gas mileage in a second, what I'm getting, but yeah, a bigger motor, I think it would have helped. So yeah, that's the performance. What I do like about this truck is that there's a lot of standard technology. Some of it I use, some of it I don't, but the first of which is right here. So you've got laser guided cruise, which is just amazing. It's really the only way in my mind that cruise control really should have ever been used or invented, whatever. Just standard cruise control where you just set a speed is almost useless on an American highway, because there's always some guy who thinks he's going to be better than you on the road, and he cuts right in front of you, or he slows down in the fast lane or whatever, and it screws you up, and you have to manually adjust. This prevents you from having to touch the pedals or adjust your speed, because it just is guided by the laser, and it'll always keep your distance. It's amazing. It should never, no car should be without this if it has cruise control. My complaint about the exterior is the headlights. I don't know why Toyota has chosen to only offer halogen headlights, but that's a dumb decision. Pretty much every Tacoma enthusiast I know switches these out, does LED conversions, here, usually does the light bar here. Toyota needs to up the game with a little bit with the light. Give us xenons or LED headlights as a factory option, that would be great. Get rid of all the halogen stuff. That's just Stone Age, like from the 90s, from the 20th century. This is the 21st century. We want xenons and LED. When it comes to the towing capacity of this truck, I find it to be just perfect for my life. I don't do a lot of like towing and big cargo hauling, but I do make a lot of runs to Menards as a homeowner or a photographer. I'm always carrying cargo back here, big and small. And the 5'2" bed is fine with me. Sometimes I would have liked the 6-foot bed, but I make this work. Tailgate soft open, which is a feature that's great. Doesn't just come like banging down. Also the plastic bed, which Toyota's been doing for a while now. Zero complaints. It negates the need for a bed liner, because it is the bed liner and it's super strong. So I like that a lot. Now let's move it on into the interior. Here's where I think Toyota really shines the most when you compare it to its competitors, which its main competitors are the Chevy Colorado, I guess now kind of the new Jeep Gladiator, but that's sort of different, and who cares about whatever else there is. The Toyota really shines in interior quality. Just the feel of the materials I think is the best of the segment. I've been in the Chevy Colorado. The plastics are not as good. The leather doesn't seem as good a quality on the wheel and such. And yeah, I really like the layout in here a lot. But let me walk you through a few things that I don't like. First of which is the 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive switcher button knob thing. Kind of weak, kind of wiggly and cheapy feeling. That's not the greatest. I kind of like the old-fashioned like big levers because it feels solid and it feels manly. A jiggly knob, not so much. Moving right next to that, the next little problem I have is just the indicator for your climate control knobs. They're literally shaped the exact same all the way around, but one of the little knobs has a hash, which is where your adjustment is set. But when it's even remotely dark or just shadowy or whatever in the middle of the day, you can sometimes not even see where you're actually adjusted at, and that's really annoying. I think that they could have indicated this better or designed the shroud of the knobs differently. It's a poor choice. Right below that is the wireless charging mat. I found this quite useful. However, the speed at which wireless technology or this wireless charger charges is just pathetically slow. I mean, I've been on a 4-hour drive and my phone has been on it the whole time and it's only charged like 10%. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if that's just wireless technology, wireless charging technology in general, or this wireless charger. Above that, up here you have some traction control and 4-wheel drive settings. But this whole unit, when I bought this truck brand new off the lot, pretty much immediately started rattling to no end, and I was about ready to just stick a knife or something in there and destroy it because I hated the noise so much because it's right by my ear. I actually told Toyota about it. They said, we can't duplicate the issue, so you're good luck. So I actually took this down myself, almost broke the clips. But basically there's a shroud on the inside of that, of this plastic case that was not even attached. It was supposed to be glued, I believe, from factory. It wasn't even glued. I had to hot glue it shut and I solved the issue. On secondary, there is another noise up in the front right speaker area at the base of the windshield. I cannot solve that one either. It's deep inside the dashboard, and I will be contacting Toyota to make them fix it because it's rattling on almost every surface of road. Next up, you have the steering wheel. Great steering wheel, good size, good thickness. They designed this well. I've been in a lot of trucks with really ugly steering wheels, And I really enjoy looking at this one. They did a nice job with the button layouts. Everything makes sense and it's right where it should be. And now we should start it up because I could talk about gas mileage. So my tank average, and it's been almost a full tank already, is 17.3 miles per gallon. And that is mixed highway city driving. Really not that great, okay? The full-size Ford EcoBoost will get 20 to 21 average if you're being gentle with it. I struggle to get even 19 with this on the highway. So gas mileage is really affected by the weak motor. I think that they should give it a bigger motor and more torque, more power, and I believe that it would get better gas mileage because this is not very good. A couple more notes about what I think this car could be improved on, or truck could be improved on, is the bed has got a great light that's switchable from the dashboard. That's nice to light up your cargo. I think that they should also offer a camera package back there so you can see a camera view on your infotainment screen of your cargo. That's a common option on many of the full-size pickups, and I think that it would be nice on this mid-size as well. Back seat, also no real complaints there. It's a great size, even to sit behind where my seating position is in the front. I can easily fit back there comfortably. The seats are comfortable with lots of cargo underneath. Good job, Toyota. So why did I choose this truck? I looked at the competitors and I didn't really like the way they looked. I didn't like the feel of the interiors. Toyota's just been making these mid-size and small pickup trucks the longest, and I really believe that they've got most of the things ironed out, the problems ironed out. The things I've complained about on this truck are small and easily fixable on future generations. But overall, I just like the styling better. The Colorado's kind of got a weird shape to its body, and I don't really like the way it looks. Toyota's just got a muscular look that I identify with. I really like it, and yeah, I think it's the truck for me.